All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here talking. This is going to be a doozy. I'm talking about music related stuff and doing it in real time for just a handful of real people out there, just like you and just like me, averaging 2 out of 74. Folks, if you can support this channel, this particular video is going to be a reason for you maybe to support the channel. All right. The slander against Eric Clapton in this MSN.com thing, I just don't have words for these people. This really brings me back 2 years when the herd was all going over the cliff together. Oh, it's safe and effective. Yeah, just get your QR code. Stay 6 feet away. All right. And of course, I've got the punchline as to why these losers, because that's who these people don't do investigative journalism. They don't do it. They don't look into the stats. They don't look into all case mortality. They don't look at side effects. They don't look what's happening to the birth rate. They don't look at that. They don't look at it. I don't look at that. We got a new variant. All right, so this is against Eric Clapton. Let me read some of this, because this is very interesting how they frame this. Over 2 nights in late September, Eric Clapton used his music industry connections. Really, he's got lots of connections at this stage in his life, right? He's got so many. And his decades of classic rock hits to draw thousands of fans to Crypto.com Arena in downtown Los Angeles. The occasion was the Crossroads Guitar Festival, a once every few years event for which the English singer and guitarist convenes an all-star cast of players. This one included Stevie Wonder, John Mayer, Sheryl Crow, H.E.R., and ZZ Top, among dozens of others, to raise money for the Crossroads Drug Treatment Center Clapton founded a quarter century ago on the Caribbean island of Antigua. Now, isn't this a good cause? The first part of this, it reads almost like, yeah, he does this thing, drug treatment. Yeah, it's kind of cool, raises money. He had Stevie Wonder there. Now, are all these people, by the way, guilty because they went to this? Is this guilt by association? They go on. I need to breathe here. For the lovers of 1960s rock, the show's high point may have been back-to-back appearances by Roger McGuinn, with whom Clapton performed The Byrds' 8 Miles High, and Stephen Stills, who joined Clapton for a rendition of Buffalo Springfield's Bluebird, a trio of rock and roll Hall of Famers, reviving a couple of the tunes that helped define the baby boomer generation. Now, of course, this is about boomers, right? This is about how boomers pretty much suck. All right, I'm not a boomer officially. I'm pretty close, but I'm not one. Yet the Crossroads Festival came just days after Clapton's appearance. Okay, here we go. Another shift here. Now, Clapton came to the United States, and I kind of knew his itinerary. I kind of knew what was going on, what he'd be doing. That's just a little side note here. And I'm going through this, and now I understand why I'm the only one that Eric Clapton would talk to, me. Because I'm just an idiot, okay? I'm just going to say it. I'm an idiot, okay, media? Me. I'm an idiot. I'm a guy who does videos every day and loads them up to YouTube. All right? You can print that, okay? So anyway, so Clapton's appearance at a smaller, very different benefit in seeming conflict with the progressive ideals many of those boomers famously embodied. Okay, full stop. So Clapton going to the RFK event is in conflict with the progressive ideals many of those boomers famously embodied. You mean like anti-war, which I'm pretty sure Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is not an interventionalist, isn't going to run around the world trying to start wars at the drop of a hat. Okay, independent thinking. By the way, the man, which again, I've I've done this video already. The man used to be something or an entity of something that you would push back against back in the 60s. Don't trust anyone over 30, blah, blah, blah. You can go read it all, right? You can see it's in the books, okay, unless they've scrubbed the books. But the idea here that Clapton's appearance at a smaller, very different benefit is in seeming conflict with the progressive ideals. Many of those boomers, this is just generic, tone-deaf, moronic. I'm just going to keep using words. Again, I'm an idiot, all right? I've already called myself an idiot during this video. These are morons if they think that the ideals, the rebellious spirit of the 60s into the early 70s, all right, it doesn't reside more with the RFK crowd than it does with the corpse Biden crowd. All right, I know Stephen Stills, I still support Biden. All right, Stephen Stills, I'm glad you have a couple of brain cells to rub together to tell us that. Anyway, they're you know why they're upset too? Because Kennedy's now an independent, and he will siphon votes away from their corpse candidate. The now independent presidential candidate, known, everyone is spouting, okay? I love the writing. He's not telling you what he thinks. He's not writing books, which he did. He's not doing independent research. He's spouting anti-vaccine conspiracy theories, among other things. Now, they go in to talk about the autism stuff and, what is it, the Ashkenazi thing, which he already has said isn't true, all right? His family wants to pin him down, but again, he's come out and said that allegation is false. Oh, and we go on, and for his coziness with conservative political figures, such as Elon Musk is a conservative? Wait a minute, wait, Elon Musk is a conservative. How is Elon Musk a conservative? Jordan Peterson, who's more of a philosopher than anything, and of course, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Oh, okay, well, that's my governor. And you know what? Our state was open for business, all right? Our state was open before pretty much every other state, all right? Georgia did a good job too, but DeSantis, you know, because he wants to take pornographic books away from kindergartners, he's a bad dude. The event, held at a private estate in Brentwood. It's a private estate in Brentwood. Raised $2.2 million, according to Kennedy's campaign. By the way, a mere drop in the bucket when you look at Pfizer's advertising budget. Just putting that in there. I am deeply grateful to Eric Clapton for bringing his musical artistry and rebellious spirit. Oh, wait. There was no rebellious spirit. There's nothing because the current generation of hippies, right, have all become the establishment. Hey, media, this is your problem here. All right, don't trust anyone over 30. Stick it to the man. Okay, we're not sticking it to the man. Raging against the machine. They're not raging against anything. Okay, just letting y'all know. So Kennedy says all of this good stuff, and of course, it's looked upon as this guilt by association. Eric sings from the depths of the human condition. If he sees in me the possibility of bringing unity to our country, oh my goodness! Kennedy wants to bring unity? That's crap. We need tribalism. We need constant fighting. We need to celebrate war. As the media, by the way, we need to promote more war all the time. Because artists like him invoke a buried faith in the limitless power of human beings to overcome any obstacle. How conspiratorial is that? How divisive is that? That could be it, or it could be that in Kennedy, so they transition where Clapton is interested in somebody who believes in the limitless power of human beings to overcome any obstacle. That's what Kennedy said. All right. Or it could be that in Kennedy, the wayward inheritor of the Democratic Party's most recognizable brand name. It's the Kennedy name. It's the branding. That's what it is. You know, they're scared poopless here. They are scared poopless because the Kennedy name is out there, and people associate the Kennedy name with things like Camelot, right? And his uncle, John F. Kennedy Jr., who was assassinated. Gee, how did that all happen? Oh, it must be a crazy conspiracy theory. Look, folks, I get it. Some of these conspiracies, and I've pushed back against some people that I really like, and I've said not everything is a conspiracy theory. Not everything, but there are some things that it's not a conspiracy when it's true. How is it a conspiracy? It's you get the data, you look at the data, and you say, you know what, this doesn't look good. What's going on with pregnancies these days? Huh? What's going on with all-case mortality? I know we're not supposed to say anything out loud, and rather than do some investigative journalism, this particular article takes aim at Eric Clapton. All right, Eric Clapton, who went from number 3 or number 2 great guitarist of all time to number 35 for no reason. Once regarded as part of the liberation-minded hippie movement, even if signs of dissent were clear early on, Clapton has veered conspicuously rightward in recent years, especially as it pertains to COVID. Really? Really? So it's right wing. It's right. And obviously, what is it? RFK Jr. believes in reparations. Is that a right wing thing? He does. He believes in reparations. I'm pretty sure he's pro-choice or pro-abortion, right? Is that right wing? MSN.com. Is that right wing? And he's not the only one. Oh, no, there's more. In 2020, Clapton and the legendary Northern Irish singer-songwriter Van Morrison teamed for Stand and Deliver, a shaggy blues song protesting pandemic lockdowns. Well, good for them. In which they asked the listener, do you want to be a free man or do you want to be a slave? Amen. Amen. Preach it, boys. Months later, Morrison, now 78, released a 28-track double album full of rants about supposed welfare abuse, okay, which exists, and government mind control, which is 100% proven. Has anyone read the Twitter files? Do you guys read other than in your own little eco bubble thing that you live in? One cut, they own the media, flirts with an establishment, flirts with an established anti-Semitic trope. Oh, so they think Morrison is implying that there's a certain group of people that own the media. All right. He couldn't be talking about, say, Pfizer. All right. So they go into, now they're talking about Roger Waters. He's been accused of making and look, as much as you want to make Roger Waters and Van Morrison and Eric Clapton the same thing, they're not. They're not the same thing. All right. But they're going to talk about Waters criticized for saying that Russia's invasion of Ukraine was not unprovoked. Okay. I don't see. I have different views on this, and I'm not going to expand here. And they're going to bring in Jan Wenner, the 77-year-old Rolling Stone magazine co-founder. Well, it's good that they threw him under the bus because Wenner is an idiot. On Friday night, the Rock Hall, which Wenner helped start in the mid-1980s, will induct its latest class of members, including Willie Nelson, Kate Bush, Missy Elliott, in a ceremony that nobody will watch because it's not on TV. Yet Wenner is unlikely to be there. One day after the New York Times published its interview. So we just, this is interesting. So we excoriated, Because these, by the way, these are the only three guys that disagree with you. And you've picked them all out. These are, at least they're the three with the most significance. Van Morrison, Eric Clapton, and Roger Waters. And now you're trying to lump them in with Wenner, who said absolutely ridiculous things, saying that he just liked white people, basically. And this article, by the way, goes on and on and on. Oh, here's the problem. Many people get more conservative as they get older. And typically, you have more wisdom as you get older. This isn't just about being conservative. This is about caring about reality. When you're younger, do you care about anything other than yourself? See, when you reach the end of your life, you know, hey, I don't have much time left on this planet. So you think to yourself, I should probably care about some important stuff. I don't know. It's crazy. Millions of fans have fallen prey to conspiracy theories and misinformation. Just because you wrote Astral Weeks, he added of Morrison's classic 1968 LP, that doesn't mean you're immune from bad science. No, but you guys have all the science. Bad science? How about statistics, guys? How about things like peer-reviewed studies? How about Peter McCullough, anybody? Dr. Robert Malone, anybody? Why don't you guys debate? Why don't you guys have a debate? Here we go. Indeed, though, Clapton has been inspiring outrage since at least 1976 when he went on this. I'm not even going to address this. I'm not going to say it out loud because two things are true. One is, all right, if it happened, it didn't happen the way they say it happened. Number two, Clapton has repeatedly, you see, you can't apologize. You can't. This guy, the Wenner, because he has the right viewpoints and everything else, he'll be brought back into the club, but Eric Clapton won't be. Even though Eric Clapton made really great music for, I don't know, like a half century or so, and still going. I should have taken my meds. No, maybe Big Pharma can send me some medication, all right, for my condition, because I have a condition. And if the thing that you're sending me only has 30 side effects, by the way, let's just address this, okay? So who finances all of these really horrible websites that write this trash? Who is it? They're not helping me out. They're not helping me out. In fact, I got a warning. I had to go to school to get my warning removed. It was like a re-education camp, you know, like, okay, now this is how we talk about COVID. This is how we talk about it. Safe and effective, Dave. Say it after us. Safe and effective. And how many boosters should you have? 6, 10, 50? Don't ask about what's in it, okay? Just don't worry. There are people on TV that are smarter than you that have already told you this is great, okay? We don't want you to read the Bible for yourself. We'll interpret it for you, okay? Does that remind you of anyone? Anybody? So he went on this anti-something tirade in Birmingham. The pandemic appears to have been radicalizing for him and for Morrison. Oh, okay. You know, here's the deal. Because I personally actually know Eric Clapton. I know him. You know why I know him? Because I'm the only one. I'm literally the only one defending him. And for all of you people out there, there's one particular dude that likes to call me a clown. Please stop calling me a clown. All right? I don't call you a clown. I don't call anybody a clown other than these fools in the media. I think at this stage, can we kind of work together? Because if we're on the same page on certain things that are far more important than which band is still touring and all this garbage, which is so much of a non-event for me at this stage. It just is. I'm about ready to give up on it because it's stupid. Who cares? Who cares? Nobody can sing anyway. Nobody can sing. Eric Clapton, by the way, can still sing. Oh, I didn't think he sounded bad. He sounded like crap. All right. And if this rant, if you don't get this, I totally understand. I should be talking about cats falling off of tables and fluffy bunnies bouncing around and so forth. And I'd get more views. I would get more views. They keep going. The latter has framed his response to COVID and various corresponding public health measures as a matter of personal liberty. Oh, so I have to obey what the government tells me. I have to. And it's not a matter of personal liberty. What about my body, my choice? What about that? Why is that okay on one hand over here, but on the other hand over there? Because what? Death might be involved? Well, over here, we know that death is definitely involved. We know that death is a matter of my body, my choice in one circumstance. On the other hand, death is only a very, 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 very 0.7, so whatever it was, percent possibility. So don't lecture me about, oh, well, you got to do this to, save grandma. Okay, all right. Well, how about Sweden? Do what Sweden did. Seemed to work pretty well. Anyway, he sang in 2020's oddly jaunty "No More Lockdown." I think he's I don't know if he's talking about Van Morrison at this point. They're all over the place because we're supposed to love lockdowns. We're supposed to lockdowns. Clapton, meanwhile, has focused on vaccines and what he views as their dangerous side effects, which he says, is the record stuck? No, he says didn't actually happen. He experienced this firsthand after receiving 2 of these wonderfully safe and effective shots. In 2021, he was photographed backstage at a concert in Austin, Texas, with strongly conservative Governor Greg Abbott, who signed legislation prohibiting mandates. Really? Because I think is this a troll? Are you guys trolling? Because this is good. So he prohibited mandates and he passed one of the most restrictive abortion laws. Okay. Clapton's business manager told the Washington Post that the photo with Abbott should be not interpreted as him supporting a ban on abortion. However, the guitarist's stance was by his personal medical history. It's not hard to detect a political dimension to No, it's not political. It's not political. It's just this article. I'm not even halfway through this. This would take me an hour. The backlash to COVID presented an anti-establishment sensibility among people who weren't politically right, who weren't Donald Trump supporters, but who were able to use that to tap into the same sentiment that Trump always got to. Okay, these are idiots. I'm just going to keep saying it. They're idiots. They are so against anything that doesn't fit their agenda. Who are they financed by? Who are they financed by? I'm just throwing it out there. All of these companies. If you turn on a television for like an hour, like I watched this stupid Pluto TV thing because you can get a lot of things over there for free, with ads. Okay, so you have 10 ads in a row. And in that 10 ad set, 2 of them are for products that have all these crazy side effects that might help treat something like a skin rash. And this goes on and on. Now they're having this conversation about, again, all of the people's opinions. Yet fans at the Crossroads Festival and at a Morrison gig at the Greek Theater in September, a self-selected sample, of course, seemed largely untroubled by the musician's more controversial... they're supposed to be troubled! Jack Freeman, who's 62, said he's seen Morrison at least a dozen times since the 80s and was sympathetic to the singer's complaint that lockdowns were keeping him from doing his job. He's always been a working class guy, so I think his take wasn't so much from an ideological standpoint, Freeman said. It was a little more practical. Aubrey, 37, had traveled to LA for a crossroads with her husband Matt from their home in Charleston, and said she found it easy to separate the art from the artist. They're not shaping policy, she said of Clapton and the rest. At the end of the day, it's music, and that's what matters. Yes, it does. A former major label president offered a variation on that view, saying that these graying icons haven't seen substantial damage to their touring businesses because few still regard them as anything like the thought leaders they once were. So they're all washed up. They're all just old and gray and washed up. These days, they're just peddling nostalgia, this person said, along with the crazy stuff. Oh, I apologize for this video. Look, folks, we all know. Here's the company line, okay? I went through the re-education camp. Safe and effective. The WHO says so. So remember, when you're watching me or anyone else, just worry about what the WHO has to say about this, because they are the arbiters of science and truth and knowledge and everything that's good in the world. Eric Clapton. Okay, and again, he says he took it. He says he had side effects. And they tie everything together. Some rant from 1976. He's a boomer. Boomers are the worst. Boomers are, as you get older, you get more concerned. How old are these people who are writing this dribble? How old are they? Are they getting more conservative? Doesn't sound like it. Look, it's not about being conservative. It's just about being like real, like getting into reality. And they said Elon Musk, conservative Elon Musk and RFK Jr. doesn't align at all with the baby boomers of the past. Doesn't align with that rebellious. The 60s. Do you think the 60s crowd, the rebellious 60s crowd, if the government came along with a bunch of syringes, right, at Woodstock and said, hey, we're worried, man, there's some kind of variant floating around here at Woodstock. Yeah, we're gonna jab everyone here. You get a free shot of tequila with every jab, man. Well, they may have done it for the tequila, right? But most of them would have said, "Are you from the government?" They would have been like, "No, dude, sorry, no, I'm not doing this." And all of that idealism has literally just gone away. It's I don't know what happened to it. I don't know why that contagion didn't spread to the next generation, but it didn't. And it didn't obviously skip a generation and spread. What about all the grungers out there? They're all going, the grungers, let's rage against them. No, you're not raging against anything. You're going along with the machine. You are the machine. All right, people, listen, this is why the media doesn't care about me. But if they wondered why Eric Clapton would just talk to me, and I don't know if that's still true. I'm hoping he talks to other people. But who's defending him? Nobody. He already did Crossroads. He raised lots of money for drug and alcohol rehab, right? He raised tons of money to help save lives, to change lives. And yet the entire article is about what a horrible, crazy person he is. There's nothing good here. There's nothing good to see here. You people have lost, all right? You've lost the argument. I'm sorry. Whose stocks are down? Take a guess whose stocks are way down. Yeah, they're advertising on you. I don't know where they're getting their ad budget, but their stocks are tanking. They've lost, I think it's like 75%, something, at least 68%, something compared to last year. These companies that are making the safe and effective products that are all being contracted by the United States government. What could go wrong there with the collusion between government and big business in that regard? Oh, Dave, the government uses private contractors all the time. I know what you're talking about. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. All right. It's collusion. It's collusion. That's what it is. It's like, hey, if I could market my videos out and the government forced everybody to watch my videos, I would make a ton of money. If the government says you need to take this product, then that company is going to make a ton of money. They're going to scare. Yes, absolutely. What a business model that is. You don't need an advertising budget, but now they do. Because guess what? It didn't go as planned. I'm sorry. MSN.com, LA Times. Are they mad because people had a good time at Crossroads? Are they mad that people enjoy going to see Van Morrison? And then they interview people and say, yeah, I don't have a problem with this. He's always been for the working class. Notice how they talk to somebody who says he's always been for the working class. That's just like a shot across the bow for anyone who's working class. Well, if you're a working class fool and you believe in all this crazy conspiracy stuff, then that just figures. You're not elite like us. You're not writing in a newsroom. You don't have AI writing all your articles, and putting your name on it. Yeah, I should just do an AI avatar video and just put it out there and say, it's me. It looks like me. It talks like me. I've fed it all of my opinions and views. See, here's one thing about me, though. I can change my views on a topic. These people, they can't. They can't look at the evidence and go, what's going on with this? We didn't have this childhood malady before, but yet here it is. And what does it coincide with? Oh, let's take a look at that. Yeah, it couldn't be that. Every time a celebrity dies, like a Matthew Perry, it couldn't be that. Yeah, we're not even gonna entertain that. Really? Because the tox report came back inconclusive, because they couldn't pin it on drug or alcohol abuse because Matthew Perry had cleaned himself up. So they got to find a new narrative here. Imagine if this happened because he had that T-shirt and I put you can watch the video. Can I be any more CVS? No, I hope not, Matthew. I hope that wasn't it, but I just, it doesn't matter at this stage, I guess. Folks, please support this channel. This channel is definitely being throttled back. To have almost 75,000 subscribers, and I say that with pride, and I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to the channel and who supports me on Patreon. By the way, we're in a new month, so I lose patrons. The first of the month, people go, crap. They look at their phone going, oh no, I'm giving to this guy. The money just went through. The dollar just went through. I really need the dollar, okay, at this stage, because I went from earning a modest living to now being below the poverty line. That's where I'm at, and I'm being sincere, okay? So if you can help out $1, if I could find a wealthy donor, if I could hook up with one of these companies, but they're not gonna support me, because I'm telling the truth about their scam. This is a scam. It's not a conspiracy theory to say this is a scam. All right. Anyway, if you can help the channel either through YouTube memberships or through Patreon, that would be very much appreciated. I have a couple of, I would say, good size donors. I won't call them, like, they're not large people, but they give good donations each month. And they're doing a lot of the work. I mean, I'm not expecting everybody to do what they're doing because it's crazy what they're doing. But if you'd like to help out, $5, $10, if you love Eric Clapton, if you love Van Morrison, if you love the truth, and who knows, I'm hoping someday to talk to Eric again. I don't know when that will be. Things work on his schedule, and we need stuff to talk about. Although this week could go on. I thought the article would never end. I really did. And I apologize for this super long video, but you're getting good value and great content today. Also, don't forget about my friends over at modernretrofm.com, playing the new Van Morrison, playing the new Eric Clapton, playing the new Rolling Stones. Oh no, I'm not saying the Rolling Stones agree with Eric Clapton or that whole list of people that showed up at Crossroads, are they going to have to repent of their association with Clapton? We're living in dark days, folks. Pray for peace. Pray for peace in the Middle East. I don't care who and what you believe on that. Praying for peace is the best strategy. That's what I've decided. And again, thank you to all. God bless you all. Stay away from CVS. Don't listen to them.